I can't let go of a gut feeling that my wife cheated. Me M33 and wife F31 have been married 11 years. Around 4 years ago we went through a rough patch where she became distant and aggressive, not physically but most things turned to an argument. She was regularly bringing up a male friend from work in conversation, but the just friends was the phrase, and I accepted that. Men and women can be friends. She started going to a different gym instead of the one we shared on the total opposite side of our city, like 10 miles out of the way rather than 5 minutes. I'm fairly certain that's the gym work colleague in question used. The guy would regularly send her videos of him in the gym and she'd sit next to me watching them smiling. I asked her at the time, don't you think that's inappropriate? Just friends. We have an open phone policy that my wife wanted. I spend a lot of downtime on car forums. Rather than watching TV, I like to talk to other enthusiasts, which does mean I've got my face in my phone a lot. She would always ask what you doing and my response was always car stuff. Caused a couple of arguments, so we settled for open phone. You can read mine, I can read yours if we ever wanted. She did quite a few times, but I didn't really feel comfortable reading her phone. But I have to admit I read the texts between them, while she was sat next to me. Nothing obvious, just a bit too flirty, lot of emojis and a bit too cute for me to be comfortable with. Things like hey asked again a few days later after she'd been talking about this guy a lot and the conversation had gone. Few months go by, she's still going to far away gym but no more mention of this friend, no texts, no me and guy at work were talking about. She goes on a night out with work, I think it was for Christmas, and I got a phone call about 1 AM from one of her female colleagues, is your wife home yet? I said no and colleague just said oh okay and hung up. I tried ringing wife straight to voicemail. I was quite worried so stayed up. She stumbled in around 4 AM and drunk tried to sneak to bed. When wife came round the next day with a hangover, I asked where she was and told her female colleague had rang me. I'd like to see your phone. Same female colleague had texted her about an hour after I tried ringing. The conversation went, where'd you go? I went to the toilet and you'd all gone. Oh okay, we thought you were with work guy, smiley face. Wife categorically denied all, told me work guy is gay and said I just have to trust her. And because I have no hard evidence either way, that seemed like the best thing to do. I've tried to let go and move on from this, but my gut feeling is still that she got too close to work guy and she did in fact vanish with him for a couple of hours. I teach myself going over things whenever I hit a patch of depression, and that's where I am now. This whole situation was brought to the front of my mind by the female colleague I mentioned. It being her birthday and being asked if I wanted to go to her gathering, I replied with duck no, and when the wife asked why, I just left it. Truth is, and this may seem daft for a grown man, but that cute emoji to me was almost an encouragement of wife and work guy's relationship. Throwaway account, because I'm not sure if this is an ad problem with the way I overthink, or if I have grounds to be paranoid. Couple of comments saying update me, so I think I already knew, I just didn't want to believe it. Thanks to everyone that commented confirming the worst. This happened 4 years ago, so any would-be evidence will be long gone, and I berate myself for even thinking about it this long after, but I need finalization on everything I do or it becomes one of a million unfinished things that I stress myself over. Thanks AdMeds for doing duck all about that. Quite a few people saying trust your gut. My gut instinct, if I tell her now that's what's happening, she will teach me until I leave, so I'm going to get everything in place ready to go before I say anything. Our relationship isn't in the best place right now, no intimacy, and I know there's no love coming my way, just feels like pity more than anything. I feel a slight pinch of guilt her not knowing my intentions straight away, but she's at work 12 hours tomorrow, so I'm packing what I need into a suitcase and donating what I don't to charity. I'll be telling her. I can't move past this incident. I have no proof that you did anything, but no proof you didn't. Everything points towards you being unfaithful. All I have otherwise is an expectation of trust, and I cannot continue to live paranoid of what you might be hiding. For the sake of both our mental health, I think this marriage and any friendship we feel we owe each other should end. She can have the house as long as she can keep up the repayments. She can have whatever's in the joint account. She can keep the car and all the furniture. I'll miss the cat, but it's hers more than mine. I've applied for a work visa in an English-speaking country 9,000 miles away. My qualifications put me on the in-demand list, and I had an almost instant response email after filling out the forms to say the work visa has been accepted. In the meantime, I've booked and paid a cheap hotel by the coast for a 2-week stay. That should give me enough time to book connecting flights. I'm leaving her, I'm leaving this country, I'm leaving my job, I'm leaving every last little reminder of our time together, and I'm leaving my broken heart in the sand. Goddamn, I'm a grown man crying about words on the internet, but it feels like a massive weight has been lifted. It almost feels like tears of joy. Thanks everyone. You will never know what a 5 seconds comment can mean to a total stranger. Redditor's reactions update after. Redditor 1, she switched gyms. Her work colleagues are calling asking if she's home. The texts between her and him are flirty, and her work friends are asking if she is with him. Anyone with 2 eyes and common sense knows she is cheating. Redditor follow-up. Weird, she only trickle-truthed about the guy being gay when she was drunk alone with him instead of when Op asked about inappropriate gym videos and she responded with just friends. If he really were gay, that's the moment when that truth would have been revealed. Redditor 2, trust your gut. Redditor 3, if he were really gay, don't you think your wife would have said that from the beginning and not after she came home drunk at 4 a.m. after being alone with him for 2-3 hours? I think the easiest, most immediate way to solve at least part of your suspicions is to verify whether or not this dude is really gay. Surely you can find him on social media. His posts and things might give it away. If not, trying enlisting one of your friends to reach out randomly to him and see what type of vibe they get from him. Is he still around? Is your wife still in contact? Redditor follow-up, maybe she didn't need to mention it and thought her husband would control his insecurities. Update on a removed post, gut feeling. I spent the day getting rid of my stuff and packing up some basics to keep me going. It's quite frightening dividing 11 years between a suitcase and a donation bin. As some have said, we married too young. For me, commitment was never an issue. I loved this woman and wanted to spend the rest of my life with her, and I thought that feeling was mutual. Turns out not. So I sat down and had a conversation with her after work, basically as I said. I can't move past this incident because up until now I don't know for certain. I need closure, and I've learned how to recover all the deleted texts from your iCloud. I'd rather not have to do that, so is there anything you want to tell me before I do? I got a lot of deflection. Can't believe you're going on about this before saying to her you're not actually answering my question here. You all called it. I didn't want to fully believe it. The night she pulled her disappearing act, she did go to the bathroom with work guy. But it was just that one time. It never happened again. Once is enough for me. I told her I could have probably worked on this marriage if she hadn't been lying to me for 4 whole years. That's the thing that's eaten me, feeling like something was wrong but not having solid evidence, and not wanting to throw everything away for a suspicion. I'm packed, work visa is organized, I have state sponsorship, so I have an apartment and a choice of jobs, plus a government financial cushion should I need it. I'm on the train to the hotel until my flight. I handed my notice in at work this afternoon and stated with immediate effect, is that entirely legal? Probably not, but I'm not showing my face there again. The very last thing I said to my soon-to-be ex-wife was pub bathroom, that's real classy, then left. Obviously there are a lot of finer details to deal with. I'll be removing my name from anything joint, including the house, but in the meantime, it's me time. I'm going to spend the next few days processing this final nail in the coffin of our relationship. 11 years is a lot to wash away, and I'm sure there will be moments where I think about our relationship. Nothing but blunt force trauma could erase that. I'm glad we never had kids together. I dread to think what effect this could have had. I did spend a lot of time playing with the cat one last time, and I'm definitely going to miss that little dude. Lesson learned: trust your gut, and if you don't fully, ask for an outside opinion. One comment that I didn't get chance to respond to: talk to a therapist. Current waiting times are about 6 months to get a consultation. Before treatment even begins could be 12 months. One that got deleted was "This is Reddit, don't expect any help." Each and every individual comment was more help than I've had in years, and you'll never possibly know what that means to me. Thank you all for the advice, love and support. My dad once said to me, "The sun shines on the righteous," and today has been a glorious day. I haven't felt so optimistic or like I've been on the right path for such a long time, so I'm going to take my face out of my phone and enjoy the view, and probably have a little cry. Footnote for the mods: I made a throwaway because my wife has access to my phone whenever, and I didn't want to let the cat out of the bag, so to speak. I get why the first post was removed, and I'm cool with that. I hope this post survives long enough for those that participated in the original to receive my gratitude, but if not, rules are rules. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1: what did your wife say when you told her you wanted a divorce? What did she say when you told her you were moving out? I'm glad you are leaving. She lied to you for 4 years and even tried to lie to you last night. She didn't care how her lies affected you. She humiliated you further because her friends were obviously in on it. She even wanted you to go to that guy's house with her. That's humiliating and extremely disrespectful. He had time with your wife, everyone knows, and she wanted you to go hang out with them while they laughed at you for being a fool. That's despicable. I don't believe she only had time with him one time. That's the only time you were suspicious about, so she confessed to the cheating in that bathroom. Her friends' comments and everything else indicate that she went off with the guy so often, they automatically assumed she was with him if they couldn't find her. You should get checked for STD/STI just to be certain you are clean. Good luck with your new job and your new life. Redditor 2: but it was just that one time, it never happened again. Yeah. Like we didn't hear that 1 million times. Excuse 1 of a cheater. I hope you find happiness, dude. Redditor 3: happy for you op, profound heart, may you heal quick and well.